All right, welcome back. This is AP 103, lesson 5, and in this lesson we're going to be covering fully diminished chords, fully diminished seventh chords. Now these are kind of a really tricky chord to learn, but we're going to have a really simple way for you to remember how to make them. Now this is one of those chords that you're just going to want to memorize, and what's cool about this chord, unlike other chords, there's only 3 of these actual chords, so you're going to find out how incredibly easy these are to make, and then we're going to show you some church songs that you can play with these as well. Okay, so let's use C for instance. Okay, the technical way that you make this is you basically take a C, you add your flatted third, you add your flatted 5, which is G flat, and you add your flatted seventh, so twice flatted, which is going to be A. Okay, your flatted seventh is B flat, so your flatted seventh will be A. So a C diminished seventh is C, E flat, G flat, A. Okay. Quick way you can think of it is, for instance, take a C7 if you're trying to make a C fully diminished seventh, or C dim 7 as they're written down. Take a C7, which is C, E, G, B flat, and just flat every single note except for the C, except for the root note. So flat the E to E flat, flat the G to G flat, and flat the B flat to A. Okay, and there you have the chord. All right. Now one really quick note about this chord that's so neat is when you're playing a C diminished seventh, you're also playing an E flat diminished seventh, you're also playing a G flat diminished seventh, and you're also playing an A diminished seventh. So basically every single note that's in your right hand, you're playing that diminished seventh. What changes it is what's in your left hand. So if I have a C in my left hand, it's a C diminished seventh. If there's an E flat in my left hand, it's an E flat diminished seventh. If there's a G flat in my left hand, it's a G flat diminished seventh. If it's an A in my left hand, it's an A diminished seventh. Let's see if this really worked. Okay, so let's take an A for instance. Okay, start off with A7. We're gonna flat our third. We're gonna flat our fifth. We're gonna flat our seventh, our flatted seventh. Okay, there you go. You have the same notes: A, C, E flat, G flat. So that worked. Let's try G flat. Start with the G flat 7, G flat, B flat, D flat, E, flat B flat to A, flat D flat to C, flat E to E flat. Look at our notes: G flat, A, C, E flat. Okay, so what's cool is this is the same chord for each one of these 4 keys. Okay, so once you've learned that one, you've already learned 4 of the inversions for it. That's what's so neat about the fully diminished seventh. There's only really 3 of these chords, and then the rest of it depends on what you have in your left hand and what inversion you're playing, what will sound the best. Okay, let's go over a couple more of these fully diminished seventh as well. Alright, so let's go over the F fully diminished seventh. So basically to make this, let's start with the F7, F, A, C, E flat, or you can use the shortcut F7, which is E flat, F, A, C. Okay, we'll use the former one for now. F, A, C, E flat, change A to A flat, flat that note, flat the C to B, and flat the E flat to D. Okay, so your notes are F, A flat, B, D. Okay, so let's go ahead and play exercise song number 1, which is F diminished seventh, A flat diminished seventh, B diminished seventh, and D diminished seventh. Okay? Has a kind of a scary sound to it, huh? Pretty scary song there. But basically, you saw what we were doing. We're just changing our left hand, and then we're just changing the inversion. And in fact, you don't even have to change the inversion. You can just play it like this. A little boring, but it's the same thing. You're still correct there when you play it. All right, exercise song number 2. We've already learned C diminished seventh. We're going to play that. C diminished seventh, E flat diminished seventh, F sharp diminished seventh, and then A diminished seventh. Pretty easy, right? All right, let's learn the last one, E diminished seventh, okay? So we're going to take an E7, which is E, G sharp, B, D, flat your G sharp to G, flat your B to B flat, and flat your D to D flat. You have E, G, B flat, D flat. All right, so song number 3, E diminished seventh, G diminished seventh, B flat diminished seventh, and then C sharp diminished seventh. All right. Pretty easy, right? Okay. So that's pretty much the gist of it. There's only 3 of these chords. It just depends on which inversion you use and what your bass note is. Okay. So let's go ahead and play some more exercise songs for this that we actually will find useful in playing this chord. Let's see how we can use it. One place we can use it is on our sharp 1 in the key of C. Okay, we're going to study the key of C first. All right. So exercise song 4, look in your curriculum, has this progression. Okay, we use it as a little walk-up, going from the 1 to the 2. That was a C sharp diminished 7th. Alright, very full, very beautiful sounding chord there. Song number 5 shows it on the sharp 4 diminished 7th. We use this a lot in faster songs, but occasionally in slower songs as well. Alright, and exercise song number 6 uses it on our sharp 5 chord, sharp 5 diminished 7th, which is G sharp diminished 7th. Okay, so song number 6. That's it, song number 6, showing the sharp 5 diminished 7th. Alright, and we're going to learn a couple of more songs here. One song here is Worthy, You Are Worthy, just kind of an older song, a little bit of a slow pace to it. Let's go ahead and play that one for you. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish up with the rest of the songs in the key of C using fully diminished 7ths. Practice and play There Is No Telling. Listen to that song on the practice tracks as well. It's basically the same song as what we just learned. The only difference is instead of having an F sharp diminished chord, we're playing an F sharp diminished 7th in it. That's the only difference between it and what we played in lesson number 2. So the next song we're going to go over is Amazing Grace in the key of C. And you'll find you can use this chord all over the place in Amazing Grace. Actually, you can use this chord pretty much all over the place in general playing. I mean, it's one of those chords you can just use pretty much everywhere. It'll sound good, but Amazing Grace demonstrates that pretty well. So let's go ahead and play that for you in the key of C. Amazing Grace in the key of C using fully diminished seventh chords. You'll notice we use this on our sharp 4 and our sharp 5 in this particular song. All right, so let's review the rules for fully diminished seventh chords. Where can we use them? It's pretty simple. Of course, you remember the rule we learned a long time ago. You can use a diminished chord, just a plain diminished chord, whenever you're about to go to a minor chord. You can use the diminished chord a half a step down, right? Okay, so fully diminished sevenths basically take the place of that chord instead of just being a regular plain, boring diminished chord, which is actually a pretty, in my opinion, probably the ugliest chord there is, a plain diminished chord. When you add that seventh, it becomes one of the most beautiful chords there is. That's basically what you're doing, so you can use it as a half-step walk-up anytime you're going to a minor chord, pretty much. That's rule number 1 for that. So, for instance, you're going to A minor 7, use a G sharp diminished 7th. If you're going to a D minor 7, use a C sharp diminished 7th as a little walk-up, and that's pretty much it. Rule number 2 is you can use it after the 4 chord on your sharp 4 chord, usually in fast songs, okay? Just like we did for Amazing Grace. Okay, F sharp diminished 7th, C. Everybody, you've heard that progression where you're playing this fast shouting music. Basically, when you start it off, it's C7 over E to F, F sharp diminished 7th to C over G. That's pretty much it. That's all you're doing when you're starting off that little thing there. So you'll see you can find these diminished chords. You use them a whole lot, but they sound a whole lot better as diminished sevenths. So anyways, review your study info, go over the exercise songs, showing you how to substitute this cool little chord here. And that should be pretty much everything you need there. I don't think there's anything else that we've missed here. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to call me, to email me, or to let me know how I can help you. God bless, and we'll see you back here shortly for Lesson 6.